While this study is rooted in Western contexts, its findings can still be relevant and applicable globally. What's going on, people? It's your boy Leon from Leon Talks TV, back at it again. So welcome back to the channel. Today we're delving into a compelling topic that affects many people's career: the impact of having good looks or being attractive, or the pretty privilege in the workplace. Now, when we talk about pretty privilege, we're not just referring to the glamorous model types who get scouted on the street for fashion shows, or those who go viral on TikTok or Instagram by lip syncing to a popular song. Instead, I want to focus on the concept of pretty privilege as it applies to everyday men living in standard lives. This type of privilege can significantly elevate someone's career and personal life simply because of their looks. For instance, attractive men may find that people are more inclined to network with them in the workplace, which can lead to better job opportunities and promotion. It's important to note that this isn't just about good looks. It often goes hand in hand with hard work, professionalism, and a bit of luck. Additionally, a corporate worker with a decent level of attractiveness might be able to start a side hustle as a small-time influencer or secure brand partnerships, all thanks to how they present themselves. In this way, pretty privilege can play a real role in shaping career paths, opening doors that might otherwise remain closed. So let's dive in deeper into how appearances impacts men in the workplace and the advantages that can gain from it. Research shows that attractive men often enjoy significant advantages when it comes to hiring, promotion, and salaries from a beauty premium that can lead to a higher earnings to the ways in which certain industries prioritize appearance. We explore how these factors play a role in professional success. We also take a closer look at the concept of pretty privilege and how it varies across different fields and different races. So let's get started. The impact of looks in the workplace. Did you know that attractive men often have advantage in the job market? Study shows that they are more likely to be hired, promoted, and earn higher salaries compared to those less attractive peers. In fact, attractive professionals can make up to 13 to 15% more than those who aren't considered conventionally attractive. Employees tend to see attractive men as more competent, likable, and persuasive. This perception can lead to better networking opportunities, more support from colleagues, and quicker career advancements. You often find that attractive men are more frequently seen in leadership roles, and many CEOs fit this mold. On the flip side, men who don't fit traditional standards of attractiveness may feel that their looks hurt their career prospects. They might face more job rejections, which can lower their confidence and limit their opportunities. These effects are heightened by society biases and beauty standards, meaning that appearance can play a role in hiring and promotion decisions, even if it's not openly discussed. The concept of pretty privilege gives attractive men a real edge in recruitment, pay, and career growth. However, it also highlights inadequacy in the workplace and the pressure to conform to certain beauty standards. Pretty privileges has a greater impact on men's career advancement in certain industries, especially male-dominated fields. Attractive men often receive more opportunities, are let into key meetings, and are given easier access to influential networks in industries where men hold most leadership roles. Client-facing and public roles. Jobs in sales, marketing, entertainment, and media place a higher value on appearance, making pretty privilege more pronounced. Leadership and executive positions. Attractive men are overrepresented in top sales as their looks are often unconsciously equated with competence and leadership potential, while pretty privileges exist across all industries. Its effects are amplified where visibility, networking, and subjective evaluation plays a larger role in advancement. The beauty premium in the workplace. Research shows that attractive men often enjoy significant advantages when it comes to hiring and promotion. For example, a large study involving over 40,000 MBA graduates found that more attractive professionals can earn up to 11% more than their less attractive peers and are 52% more likely to land a prestigious job 15 years after graduating. This effect is particularly strong in fields like management and consulting, where networking and relationships with clients are crucial. You see, multiple studies consistently indicate that attractive candidates are more likely to be interviewed, hired, and promoted. They typically earn salaries that are 10 to 15% higher than those of equally skilled colleagues. This is because attractive men are often seen as more competent, trustworthy, and likable, which leads to more job offers and faster career advancement. Surveys and academic reviews confirm that many people recognize that beauty premium, with up to 63% of respondents acknowledging that being attractive gives men a clear advantage in both getting jobs and promotion. However, it's worth noting that in highly competitive environments, attractive men might sometimes face jealousy or discrimination from male colleagues who perceive them as threats. Still, the overall bias in most professional settings tends to favor attractive men. So when you really look at it, there is a substantial evidence supporting the idea of a beauty premium for attractive men in hiring and career advancement, highlighting the impact of appearance on professional success. Industries impacted by pretty privilege. Pretty privileges affects various industries, often shaping hiring practices and career advancement based on appearance. Here are some key sectors where there is a phenomenon is especially pronounced. Entertainment and media. In this industry, looks are crucial since they are highly visual fields. Conventional attractiveness often plays a significant role in job opportunities and career growth, whether it's acting, modeling, or broadcasting. Being attractive can open many doors. Sales, hospitality, and retail. In client-facing roles like those in restaurants, hotels, and retail, attractiveness is often practiced and prioritized since appearance is seen as part of the customer experience. Attractive individuals may have an edge in hiring and promotion in these sectors. Corporate leadership. Attractive people are often overrepresented in executive roles. Research shows that CEOs are more likely to view themselves as physically attractive, indicating that looks can influence their path to top positions within companies. Beauty and fashion industries. These sectors are built around the concept of beauty, making attractiveness privilege particularly noticeable. Hiring practices and advertising often emphasizes conventional beauty, reinforcing the idea that looks matter in these fields. While pretty privileges can impact many industries, it's most evident in areas where appearance is closely linked to perceived competence, professionalism, or brand image. This highlights the significant role that attractiveness plays in career opportunities across various sectors. The influence of pretty privilege across racial groups, particularly black and mixed race men. Now, does pretty privilege also relate to people from different ethnicity groups? So, attractive men definitely benefit from what we call pretty privilege. But how much they benefit can depend on society beauty standards, which often have racial implications. In many Western countries, conventional attractiveness is often associated with white or lighter skinned features. As a result, lighter skinned men, regardless of their ethnicity, tend to enjoy more advantages than the darker skinned men. For example, studies have shown that lighter skinned black men are more likely to get hired for professional jobs and earn higher salaries compared to their darker skinned counterparts. Darker skinned men often face additional challenges and stereotypes that can hinder their career advancement. This means that employers might unaware favor candidates who fit Eurocentric beauty ideas, giving an edge to attractive men from certain racial backgrounds. However, one thing you have to note that there are always exceptions to the rule, and this does not mean for 1 second that dark-skinned men still don't get certain pretty privileges in certain industries. One example of that would be movies and television. Pretty privilege for Asian men in the workplace. And let's talk about how pretty privilege works for Asian men in the workplace. While they do experience some advantages based on attractiveness, they are still significant challenges they face due to racial stereotypes and structural barriers. One major issue is what's known as the bamboo ceiling. Even though many Asian men are highly qualified and represent a strong presence in fields like technology, they often get viewed as hard workers rather than leaders. This means they are underrepresented in executive or managerial positions when compared to white men. Now, just like anyone else, attractive Asian men can benefit from the halo effect, which is when people assume that good looking individuals are also more competent or professional. However, this advantage is often overshadowed by stereotypes that portray Asian men as less assertive or lacking leadership qualities. Many Asian men report feeling stuck in their careers, often remaining in senior or associate roles without advancing to top leadership positions, unless they are in organizations with a majority of Asian employees or highly technical roles. Achieving success often involves navigating workplace politics and overcoming biases that their white peers don't have to deal with. Cultural factors also play a role. In some cultures, being assertive or promoting oneself isn't emphasized, which can limit the effectiveness of pretty privilege for Asian men. Since career advancement often relies on charisma, relationships building, it's not just about looking good or being competent. While attractive Asian men might enjoy some benefits from pretty privilege, racial biases and stereotypes significantly hinder their career advancement compared to similar attractive white men. While pretty privilege can help men of all races, it tends to be most pronounced for those who fit the dominant beauty standards, which often favor white or lighter skin features. For men who don't fit these standards, especially darker skinned men, the benefits of pretty privilege are less accessible, and they might also face racial bias and colorism that can further limit the opportunities. 6 career benefits of pretty privilege for men. So, number 1, increased hiring chances. Attractive men are more likely to be called for interviews and hired over their less attractive counterparts. Employees often unconsciously associate good looks with positive traits such as intelligence and reliability. 2, higher salaries. Research indicates that attractive men can earn significantly more than their less attractive peers, sometimes up to 10 to 15% higher salaries. This financial advantage can accumulate over a lifetime, leading to substantial differences in earning. Faster promotion. Attractive men tend to move up the career ladder more quickly. Their perceived competence often leads to faster promotions, placing them in leadership roles at a higher rate than those who do not fit conventional beauty standards. Networking opportunities. Good-looking men often find it easier to build relationships and connect with colleagues, clients, and superiors. This networking ability can open doors to new opportunities, collaborations that might not be as accessible to others. Leadership perception. Attractive men are frequently viewed as more charismatic and capable leaders. These perceptions can lead to greater trust from colleagues and subordinates, allowing them to take on more significant responsibilities and leadership roles. Reduced scrutiny. So, in some cases, attractive men may face less criticism for their decisions and actions. Their looks can create a buffer that makes others more inclined to overlook mistakes or grant them the benefit of the doubt. So, in conclusion, the evidence clearly shows that attractiveness can significantly influence career advancement for men, from higher salaries to better job opportunities. The beauty premium is a real phenomenon that shapes the professional landscape in various industries. While it's essential to recognize the advantages that come with being attractive and highlight the inequalities and the pressure that arises from the society beauty standards. But however, this is not to deflect, this is just to highlight and to give more an informative perspective on how male pretty privilege works in career-wise. Well, if you found that video informative, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe.